We've got totes and crossbodies, glitter leather shag, from planners full of dreams to wallets small and sweet. In the Handbag Hideaway, everyone's got a seat, 'cause we're one big bag, loving family, luxury, high street, pre-loved harmony. We zip, we snap, we share the joy we see. In the Handbag Hideaway, where you belong with Jolee and Dawn. You see, no drama here,
Just fun,
handbags, laughter,
everyone.
the Hideaway's the place to be. One big handbag family.
Hi, welcome back to the Handbag Hideaway with Jolee and Dawn. Tonight in the Hideaway, we are going to talk about, have luxury bags just gotten too expensive? Would you buy a pre-loved handbag? Would you? What are some affordable alternatives to the big luxury handbag houses? We're going to talk
are you
to
really
the
getting your
community.
money's worth?
Exactly. Because is luxury even worth buying in 2026? Sorry, I had a list. Hi, Dawn.
Hi,
How you
Jolie.
doing?
I'm doing well, getting geared up for the topic tonight.
Okay, welcome in, Christiana.
Hi, everybody.
It does feel like a 90s comedy.
It feels like a who?
A 90s comedy.
Yes, very much.
There's Monica, Tracy.
Tracy and
All right.
Monica. Wasn't that a sitcom? On a sitcom? No, I'm thinking Friends.
Yeah.
That was Phoebe and Monica.
Phoebe and Monica, Tracy, Morella,
Rachel,
Winnie,
Morella.
Rachel.
Winnie's here. Hi,
And
Winnie.
I am putting little stars by your names because I'm going to be writing your names and dropping them in the jar while we're chatting.
Yes.
And if you see a star, I don't know if you guys see them or not, but well, Adam, if your comment is getting added to the jar, because we have lots to talk about tonight.
Yes. And the chats are the guests tonight. How's that?
Yes. We're going to be asking you questions and then picking your brain.
Exactly. And getting some feedback.
All right, I'm going to start putting what is game over?
Dia asked me that. Hi, Craig.
We will get to it. Hi, Craig. Hi, Jen, Christiana. There's Jen. All right, get everybody's hellos up here, and then let's dive in. So,
Yes. We don't want to waste time.
all right. Let me get back up here to segment 1, the sticker shock era that we live in.
Yeah. Sticker shock with everything, much less handbags.
All right. So, bags that used to be aspirational, are they becoming now unattainable?
Yeah. What do you guys think? I could tell you myself, I have, and Winnie could tell you because she's been here, I have a Louis Vuitton cosmetic case in my bathroom. That's from maybe 2005 or something. You know, the regular small monogram cosmetic case. I paid $150 for this cosmetic case.
Oh,
And
wow.
they're like kind of circling near 1,000. Now, $150 was an okay price back then. You know, it wasn't horrific. It wasn't cheap, but it wasn't insane. But I would definitely not spend that for that particular item in 2026. Like, that's
No.
just not happening.
No, the economy's changed. The prices have changed.
And the items haven't changed. It's the same, exact same item with just a higher price tag.
Christiana says, want to hear something? I only buy Bagoo and Longchamp. I'm saving all my money for Hermes.
Yep,
That's a good idea, I think.
that's a very good idea. Well, you know what, Christiana? It wasn't a fantastic price then. It was just like a normal price.
Hmm.
And you're not talking about a huge amount of difference between what were luxury brands and what were other brands. I can remember back to the late 80s. I worked at Strawbridge and Clothier, which was a big department store in the Philly area. And I mostly worked in women's clothing, but I substituted a couple of times in handbags. And there was a glass case, okay? In the glass case were Dooney and Burke and Gucci. I'm not lying. I mean, they were just Dooney and Burke and Gucci in the same space and pretty much the same price. It wasn't like it is today at all. Social media basically has destroyed luxury. It hasn't helped. It certainly hasn't increased their profits, and it's really given them more of an excuse to boost their image through price increases.
I think that what Craig said is correct. Actually, the items have changed. They're using much cheaper materials to manufacture them.
Good point, Craig. Very good point. You're right. Because back then it was all brass hardware. It wasn't this gold tone hardware that they use now. So yeah, big difference there.
Okay,
Yes.
I'm gonna go back here. All right, bags that were
Hmm.
1,500 are now 35, or everything's
Yeah.
doubled since just a few years ago. Some bags increased in price multiple times in
Yep.
just a few years. Viewers remember when certain bags felt like a realistic goal.
Right.
All right, so the joy of buying versus the fear of buying. Does buying used feel exciting to people?
It does for me if it's a bag that I've been looking for, definitely.
It's how I started shopping luxury. So yeah, it's like part of the fun. It's part of the fun for me.
Oh yeah,
I
the
don't know
hunt
if it
is
is for
always fun.
everyone.
Yeah. I think too many people social media have heard all kinds of horror stories and they've gotten gun shy. Where back in the day, in the early 2000s, when you bought things off of eBay, you just kind of had to know because the fakes were so bad then that you could immediately tell unless you've had exposure and you've done no research at all. And I think the people most inclined to get duped on a purchase now are people who know zero and who don't want to invest 5 or 10 minutes of time into researching what it is that they're looking for to even make a good call on it.
Woody made a good point. In 2019, limited edition Speedy was 1790. Now they're
Right.
5K.
Right.
So that's the big increase. And then Tracy, I remember walking into Coach with 500, and you could walk out with a couple of bags and SLG, and
Oh
now you
yes.
can't do that anymore. And that's true. That used to be a really nice, fun afternoon,
Yep.
or a little
Absolutely.
shopping trip after work.
And what people don't
And hi,
realize
Jeanette,
is
Steph.
what people don't realize is some of those Coach bags from the early 90s, not all of them, but some of them, I would say a pretty decent percentage of them that may have been 100 or 150 or 200. If you find that bag now that's in excellent condition, it could be worth 3 times or more what the price was then. With Louis Vuitton, my Speedy that I bought in 2003 that was $365, I'd be lucky to get that $365 back. So when people say that something holds its value, maybe you'll get close to what you paid for it, but you're not likely, unless it's something very limited, to get more than what you originally paid for it. So that whole
Exactly.
concept that whole concept of it's a contemporary bag and it's not going to be worth anything and I'll just dump it a couple of months later doesn't always make sense to do that.
But getting anything back when you want to get rid of a bag anyway is always better than nothing.
Oh, absolutely. It's better than sitting in your closet.
It's better, yeah, and it's for darn sure it's better than just having it sit there and go to waste. And
not using it.
So I want to address the question going across the bottom. If a bag costs thousands and thousands of dollars, what is what should be a non-negotiable about that? What should be expected?
Winnie, mine was $625, not $795. Mine was a whole lot less than what yours was.
Oh, I had two of those bags. I have the piano, and I also had a bigger one, which Jackie now has. And
so?
Neither they were all in the 400s when I got them. Yeah.
Well, no, the piano was always around $600 because I got it when it was first released.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe pre-love.
I did not.
Okay, so pre-love.
Pre-love, they were both in the $400 range, and I bought the mezzo knowing that it was a mezzo.
Right.
When they had it as a piano.
Oh, wow.
That and bought it for the same price because person didn't know what they had. But I just counted the LVs going across it. I knew what it was.
Yeah, you could tell if you really concentrate on that with the sizes that you're getting for sure.
All right.
So what were we saying before I segued into that?
Now some people feel the pressure to buy before the next increase.
Yes.
How buying used to be exciting, but now, people feel guilty for spending so much.
Yeah.
And then you have the fear of scratches, rain, stains, theft. And they all remove enjoyment. I think that's things that a lot of creators have been bringing up. And a lot of creators this week have been talking about being priced out. So that's why I did this this little outline that I did to try to cover, some of that, because I don't think they're alone.
No. And these are people who usually flaunt how much they're spending, that are saying that they're priced out, pretty much. Well, when I say flaunt, they pretty much would turn their noses down at something that was in the more affordable range, because that's, for amateurs. So to hear other people say that they're priced out, that's a pretty big deal, because you're basically admitting that this has no longer become an affordable hobby.
Oh, no. Absolutely not.
Non-negotiables for me, if I'm spending that kind of money, first of all, it can't be canvas, because there's just no way I'm spending more than $2,000 is ridiculous, but I'd go $2,300, because you're paying for the LVs all over it if you're buying Louis Vuitton or if you're buying Celine or something like that. So I'd say $2,300 tops to pay for that name. Other than that, if you're spending more on a canvas bag, that's just an absolute no. Number two would be everything on that bag would have to be as it should be. Meaning the stitching is okay, meaning there's nothing that's lopsided, nothing pulled, nothing, with like a funny faceplate on the front of it that's crooked and you turn around and say, oh, well, this is a rare bag, I'm never going to get it again. It's just not worth it if they're sending you something that's really jacked up. And that really goes for everything. It goes for SLGs, it goes for their wallets. If you're going to be paying the prices, at any price, you deserve to get an item that's free of issues and that, doesn't have damages and doesn't have any kind of problems with it.
I just saw that Eva came in. Welcome.
Hi, Eva.
Good to see you. Yes. Talking point number 3 I have is, our materials improving with the price? And Craig already addressed that. That's
No.
been addressed by a lot of us.
Yep.
No, definitely not. So the non-negotiables are included in this too. Is the craftsmanship better when you're paying more? Well, no, it isn't.
No.
People accept perfection at the premium luxury house prices,
Right.
and there's just been so many stories of glazing, peeling, loose stitches, and a
Yep.
lot of upset buyers. So
I mean, remember my
time.
Tory Burch story when I got a Tory Burch bag that peeled the day after I got it. Literally the day after I got it. And it was just horrible. And I kind of feel like if you're putting a product out there, the product should be right. So, no, you shouldn't have to
Here
worry
comes
about those things. Not when
here
you,
comes
not when you
Tony
get
the
it.
Terror.
He is. Not when you get it, straight out the gate.
I agree with Steph. I don't buy any PU leather
Yeah, I
because
don't
I've had a
either.
PU leather bag. They peel, they flake, they fall apart. You end up breathing them in. So
Yep.
it's just no. That's non-negotiable.
Yeah, I'm good with
Dia,
nylon.
hello. Yeah, I like nylon. No, yeah. As far as if it's something like that, that doesn't exactly deteriorate as fast as some of them remember. Eva says, I remember Torygate. I
Oh,
don't.
Tory was just a nightmare. The whole
I don't own anything from Tory Burch. So what's that?
Tory Burch had, it was their Fleming bag. It was one of their newer Fleming bags, and it was beautiful cream color. And I want to say the bag might have retailed for close to $600, and then it went on sale for, let's say, $4. It was a pretty substantial discount. And I said, you know what? I'm going to grab it because it was a really pretty bag for me to take to work. And I got it. Oh, I just absolutely loved it. I wore it to work the day after I unboxed it, and I had it on my lap. I was on the train. I looked, and the leather's peeling off of it. And I said, well, maybe it's just
Oh
the
my
lighting,
God.
or maybe it's lint. And then I took it to the office, and under the fluorescent lights, I really got a look at it. I know it was peeling. It was just like that everywhere. So yeah, it was awful. And then Tory Burch wouldn't stand up for it. They said since I bought it at Bloomingdale's, you have to take it up with Bloomingdale's.
Oh my
Bloomingdale's kind of didn't want to be bothered. I mean, it went on and on and on. Finally, I brought it into the store, and they did just take it back. So the young person who was at the counter just scanned it in and gave me a credit for it because I had bought it on a card, which is why I don't like to pay cash when you go to the stores and buy something, because you at least have the protection of your credit card should something go wrong. You could call them up and tell them don't pay because there's a problem with XYZ item. So yeah, so that was it. It lingered for probably about a month, and it was just a disgrace.
that's I'm sorry, that's just terrible. Well, I think that pre-love, to me, pre-love is always a smarter investment because they have better value. They're made with better materials. Um, they
Yes,
hold their value more, and the hunting becomes part of the fun. It is fun to go and hunt for these bags that searching is just,
it is.
it's part of the joy.
Yeah.
Hi, Kathy. Hi, Kathy. Welcome in. Yeah, I'm a bag hunter too.
Morella, that swing zip was on my radar even before Tory Gate. I could not wait until that dropped, and I have the maple and the pistachio. But yeah, I mean, there's so many good bags that you can get pre-loved. And you know what? For me, if it's got a tiny little speck of a stain inside the bag, or if there's a wrinkle on it somewhere and you're getting that bag at a good deal, I mean, there's a difference between buying a trash bag and buying a bag that's been broken in. And, you know, I don't see why people would turn their nose up at buying a pre-loved bag where it still looks gorgeous and you could get a good deal on it. It's better in your pocket than in Chanel's pocket because they sure don't care. Or
No,
whoever.
they absolutely don't. So let's compare some of the things that we have owned
Yes.
and what we prefer.
Some of
And
our substitutes. You go first.
I'm going to start right here.
Okay.
We can do this together, I think.
Okay, let me go grab my things.
All right.
Oh gosh.
Still have all that junk. You've all seen this before. It's nothing new. I'm holding it upside down.
I'm going to have to move these because this is going to capture Tony's attention. And
oh, I put the cards back in it. Okay.
I don't want him harming any of the goods.
Okay.
All
so
right.
I have this wallet.
I have one also.
I bought this.
Is that the trifold or is that the envelope style?
It's still envelope.
Okay, I have two of those. Go on.
Yes. I bought this. Let's see. I was still living in Geneva, so 7 or 8 years ago.
Okay.
So it's been 7 or 8 years. I have used it a lot. I even got a little wear down here.
Minimal.
That's why I wanted my overhead camera to show stuff up close.
Right.
But it's not working. So just a little tiny bit of wear. I'm not getting rid of it, but just out of curiosity, I bought this on Fashion File. What do you think I paid for it?
7 or 8 years ago, $300.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it was $4 something. It was like
okay.
$4.50 or whatever.
Well,
but
they do charge a little bit more for those.
Yeah. I tracked this. They don't always have this green color, but I saw one on there and it was $845. But that was probably a year ago. So I don't know. And this isn't the calfskin, but I have a calfskin bag. My Chanel Walk is calfskin, but this feels just like it.
Let me tell you, I sold a Chanel card holder to Fashion File that I paid $875 for.
Yeah.
And
well,
that was almost 2 years ago. I got $700.
Yeah. Oh, well, that's good.
God knows what they're going to sell it for, but I'm just saying what the markup is.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's getting crazy, so I'm going to have to do this kind of quickly. This is my Coach Dragon Fruit zip around. And I have this, and I have the one with the lips. And I had the Chanel zippy wallet, which was identical to this. And inside here, no. Inside here, instead of grosgrain, this is all leather. Not PU, but this is leather. The Chanel version is just grosgrain inside. No, that's not yours. Come on, Tony. Tony! Move away.
I'm sorry to laugh, but...
All right.
Dawn led an orange cat in her house.
Oh, Pete, let me tell you, I didn't believe anything about orange cats. Let me tell you, this one, he's a wild thing. Oh, my goodness. Okay. Moving along, can I do this before he rips it?
Destroyed.
It's going to be destroyed soon. Okay. This is my Naomi crafted Bolide. Mini Bolide, 1923.
Nice.
$6,000. I believe she makes these for $350, maybe less. somewhere in that neighborhood. But I've looked at the original, and I, honest to God, oh Jesus, I wouldn't know the difference between this and the Hermes. And I know Hermes well enough. And it's all goat skin with lambskin interior.
I have reached out to Naomi, and I explained what I wanted, and I am going to get a Naomi crafted bag for my birthday in
Awesome.
October.
I can't wait to see what you pick.
So, I'm going to pick the obvious. Anyway, what bag price now feels absurd to you? Is my question going
I have
across
one
the
more
bottom.
item because I really have to put these away and then wash my fingers.
Yeah, you do.
Punctured.
Why don't you put those away, the ones you're not going to hold, because Tony the Destructor is gonna get a claw in it.
Yeah. One last bag to show, and most of these people have seen it, but I want to show it again anyway, just for funsies.
Okay, Dee Dee, the regular Speedy and Canvas. Yes, the price is now absurd. I would never buy one now. No, absolutely not.
So here's my last and not least item. This is the LV mini bum bag minus the LVs all over it. And it's nylon.
Oh, yeah.
So you're going to fit a whole heck of a lot more in here than you would in the Louis Vuitton version. Plus, it has a better strap because this is fully adjustable. Not that two-piece strap from Louis Vuitton that really doesn't adjust to a full crossbody. It's a boot bag. And even on a short person, it's a boot bag. And I apologize.
Steph says, Dawn being mauled live with murder mitts.
And he broke skin.
Now, I think the Chanel flap, like a medium flap, that's absurd. The price for that? I don't know how you feel about it, but I think the Chanel flap, that is an absolutely absurd price for it.
Oh, it is. I mean, I think $3,000 is ridiculous, let alone $10,000. No, the regular Speedy Jeanette is $2,000. It's not $5,000. Not in canvas.
She put $3,000. It might be Canadian.
Possibly, yeah. But you're forced now to get the bandolier. So whether you like it or not, you're getting that strap. So that's another way that they've made sure that you're going to spend X amount of money. The other thing that they're doing, Canadian money. The other thing that they're doing is, and I've seen this constantly with Louis Vuitton with all of these drops, the continual drops. They'll tell you add to cart, and then you're not actually going to get the item for months. So basically that's all
made
about.
To order, though, right?
No, it's not made to order. Of course, it's not made to order. It's going to
sounds like they're making the stuff that people are ordering.
They're not, though.
Now I know that. Well, how do they set their quotas? If somebody requests it and then it takes that long to get to you?
Because it's already going to be in production. They're just doing this to hype things up. And what they're really doing when they do a pre-sale in December and then they say, well, shipping in February, let's say, for example, all that money that they make from the pre-orders goes into that quarter's earnings. So they can say, hey, we made X amount of money, when they really just kind of pocketed some money from their clients without delivering the product. So on paper, it looks like it's really spectacular, but it's not actually real earnings, if that makes sense.
Remember when they opened the the Louis Vuitton in Texas, and
Yes.
there were interviews in there, and they would just stand there on those machines making bags all day.
Right. Right. Earning $15 an hour, which is what they start at.
Yeah, a big clue that corporations are evil is when you cannot afford the thing that you are working to produce.
Right.
Like
And
if you work on houses, now I'm not talking about multi-million-dollar houses, and these are expensive handbags, so you might have to save a little bit, but really, that's not enough money.
yeah, they have people there, and I know this because I read into this pretty extensively because somebody had done, I want to say it was like a master's thesis. They will start you with zero experience and just on the job train you. So the idea that there's artisans making these items is a myth. The idea that they're skilled in any way, shape, or form is a myth. And it's basically marketing. There's nothing about their production that equals what an actual leather artisan would produce. And that's not just for Louis Vuitton, that's for all of these companies. I mean, Dior was being produced in the factory in Italy run by Chinese workers who slept under their sewing machines. So obviously ethics are really not a big part of their work plan. It's
That's
just
all
really
gone.
about
Yeah,
making money.
it is. That's why they're cutting materials. Craig says
Right.
Chanel medium flap is 11.3 now. Just for reference, that's $3,000 more than the
That's
Python
crazy.
was in 2014.
That's just crazy. You don't even know what to say about that. It's just so out of touch with reality. It really just
It is. It's
is.
just as out of touch. Do they? I guess that the economy around the world is not a bother to these people. It's not even,
Well, no, because they want to
considered.
attract the people where the economy doesn't matter to them for the most
Yeah,
part.
well, those people are numbered.
Right. The numbers are dwindling. Oh God, you and
Oh
that
my
diaper bag,
God.
honey.
There she goes again.
Oh my God. And the day
Insane
you
in
get
the
that bag will be the
membrane.
day you don't want it anymore. That thing would go up on a vlog sale so friggin' quick, it's not even funny.
She says she's kidding.
Uh huh. I bet.
And here's Dia backing her up.
Yeah. Because Dia wants it too. Or wants. Yeah. So, I mean, what do you guys all think? Do you
All
think
right,
that
chats.
this is.
Would you rather buy one luxury bag? I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Do you think that this is over? I mean, how are you all feeling about whether this is even worth it anymore? I mean, even with contemporary bags, have you soured at all toward some contemporary bags? I mean, I make no bones about it. I feel really good with my collection of luxury bags. If I add anything, it's going to be pre-loved, unless I get something that I really want from Hermes. But I really, at this point, I'm not really feeling the crave for like a $4,000 or $5,000 at this time. But I have spent bag money on dolls recently, and they make me awful happy.
Oh, that's nice. And the reason that I bought this wallet
Uh huh.
is because I wanted it in this brand, this
Right.
wallet in this brand,
Right.
but they're $1,000.
I had it in that brand. It was $600 when I bought it, and that was 2022,
Yeah, not
23.
anymore.
Not that long ago. But at
A
any
lot of
rate,
them, they're in the 900s, and then with tax and everything. So yeah,
I'm
so that's
talking new
why I
from the
have this one.
boutique. Yeah, they weren't that. They're much more on fashion file than they are new in the boutique. New in the boutique, they're still around 650. On Fashion Flow, they charge more, especially if it's in a really hot color. Like if you find anything in pink, they're going to charge way more for a pink bag than for or a pink SLG because they know that women shit themselves over pink. Just keeping it real. So they will upcharge for that particular item. Um, but I had that wallet in the other brand. And when I got the Coach and looked at it, I said, why am I paying? Why do I have this item here that's identical and have all this money tied up? The $600 that I paid for that.
It's just
wallet.
too expensive now. If it costs what this one cost me, I would do it, but it doesn't.
Yeah.
So I have this one. So this will do, right? But it would be nice to have the other one. I'm not gonna lie, but I just can't.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not disappointed that I kept the Coach. I'm perfectly happy with my Coach version. Mister, no.
Right. Yeah, and I also want the bag, the flap that looks like this. And I didn't get it in the color I wanted, and it went off the website, blah, blah, blah. But Dawn has one. So that's one item off of my checklist, off of my wish
I think
list.
they have them somewhere. I think Amazon has them.
Yeah,
I think that what the heck's that? Dillard's. They have the envelope card holder from Coach.
Oh, I don't want that.
Oh, I thought you wanted that.
No, I want the bag that you have that looks like a medium flap.
The bag I have that looks like a medium flap.
It's the Coach one, the Coach tabby.
Oh, that one. Yeah.
Yeah, because I already have a Chanel walk, and I don't.
Yeah.
And flaps are now like retarded high, so I'm not. No, that's sorry. That's an '80s word. I apologize.
They are. You're crazy. We forgive you, Jolie. Oh my God! He just knocked my bags down. Tony, no, get off of there. You're being really naughty.
Sorry.
Stop. Come on. Oh, it's not nailed down.
Oh my goodness. This is entertaining.
Yeah, I get a workout every day. Every day.
Melissa, I think a lot of people are feeling the same way. Only I have some things that I will probably let go for a lot cheaper than they're selling for out there. Oh, speaking of which, I'm just going to interrupt the conversation for a few seconds. Now, we all know that this is the current giveaway on my channel, right? And plus all the crap that I'll put in it. But I wanted to give everybody another shot at the discontinued Jamie bag.
Oh, right. Yeah, people are really going to miss that Jamie, but I got the carry and I love it. I really have to. I love
is the carry bag. Is the carry outlet or
outlet? It's a camera style bag, and it's 2 compartments, but they're not restricting because I hate when there's a lot of dividers and stuff in the middle, but this works. No. Stop.
Sorry. I laugh every time she yells at the cat. Okay.
I have vintage jadeite dishes that he's trying to knock over now.
Oh, the destructor. Tracy says, I love those Coach tabbies that Rachel and Dee Dee did a collab. I saw that. Those were nice.
I do too.
I watched Dee Dee's, but I didn't get to Rachel's before I started writing this outline. And,
I do too. And that's the 30. It's a really good size and they're soft. It's the soft version.
Yeah. I want that version that has a little bit of the structure. I already have baggy bags.
Right.
And so I'm sure that the Coach soft tabby is luscious, but I already have bags like that. I have like 4, so I don't.
Oh, Jolie, the leather on the regular tabby is beautiful.
Okay. Well, I have the Western tabby too, so it's not like I'm,
right. Right.
So Jen says the best part of contemporary brands is you can get the bag, a wallet, a cosmetic case, and not spend a third of what luxury brand would cost you. Sorry,
It's the
I'm giggling
truth.
at Tony. I can hear him knocking stuff down.
He is.
Oh
Oh
my
my
goodness.
God. Part of it is he wants attention, and he is a little baby.
Mhm.
So, he just doesn't really know much better. But yeah, he's very, very naughty. Come over here, sweetheart, and behave yourself.
And Morella, the chain tabby, is just a gorgeous bag.
It is. I
Um,
love the one Dee Dee got. That color is gorgeous. The black currant with that crinkle leather is beautiful.
oh yeah, it's awesome. I was like, wow. And it's a really cool color. I like the color.
I do too.
Craig says he's a terrorist like his cat.
Birds of a feather.
So when he addressed the question at the bottom of the screen, the price ruins all the fun in every category, especially now.
Yeah.
Tony is so naughty. All right.
No.
What brand do y'all think has just gone too far? Hi, Denise.
All of them. Probably Louis Vuitton because they bread and butter. The canvas was always their bread and butter, and for them to jack the prices up on canvas bags is just unconscionable, in my opinion. Really. And I
I
think that
know.
they're really having a fun time with people, and just trolling their client base by charging what they're charging.
Yeah, Craig says Chanel. Jen says LV, and I think it's true with the P9. Oh, you made a
Yes.
leather bag, so now it's got to be $10,000. Didn't you have some other leather bags that didn't cost that much that long ago? I don't know.
Who? Wait, I missed that.
What?
Other leather bags.
LV.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Oh, Chanel's just, insane in the membrane.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, Chanel was always high. So it's not really that much of a shock. And yeah, you're right, Winnie. Prada does have the nerve for nylon. I mean,
Mhm.
that's really just a joke. And
Okay,
I
but
always, I remember when the Prada bags were not that expensive. Again, when they first came out, they weren't that expensive.
so are we paying for the dream?
Absolutely.
Luxury often sells identity status experience. The packaging. What about the boutique treatment and
Right.
scarcity marketing? Social media does fuel desires. We already talked about that.
Yep.
Dawn went ahead and just went right on into it and said that social media destroyed luxury.
Yep.
And is the thrill of those things worth the current cost of some of these bags? I tend to not agree. They are not.
No, they're definitely not.
Jen says they're all nuts.
They are. They're taking advantage of people. You're right, Thea. Nylon Prada was $700, which was high. To put it in perspective, years ago, and this would have been like maybe mid 2000s or so, I used to go to Woodbury Commons outlets, to the Prada outlet, and they had a Chanel outlet, which Chanel was part of something else. They had a Dior outlet. I bought the little Prada drawstring bag that people were attaching a strap to
Yeah,
for $75 in the outlet. And that thing, when it was
makes
at its
sense.
height, was close to $600. And I think I left
Wow.
that behind when I went to Florida. And I think that that's where it is because I've been trying to remember where I put it, and I think I might have left it in the hotel room when I went to Florida. But yeah, it was $75 compared to, I mean, that's like a 600 time markup.
Oh, yeah.
It's crazy.
Winnie just sold hers.
Yep.
And she also added that she's basically paying for the endorphins. Let
Yeah.
me feel something. I get it.
Yeah.
I get it. But some of us were getting dull because maybe everyday life right now is causing us to feel a little bit too much.
Right. And that's why for me, the dolls have been giving me such a nice little jolt because there's that innocent factor. You know, you're getting something that's just adorable. You're getting happy childhood vibes, even though they're adult items. You're looking at it, and when you look at it, you know, in a different way than you would look at a handbag because the price is a whole lot lower. So it's not like you just spent $2,000 for an endorphin hit. Maybe you spent 200.
Right.
And you don't have any concerns about what condition it's going to be in because it's just going in a display case. So for me, that doesn't feel like a waste of money. It feels like a way to get a little happy hit without having all of the drama. And I'll tell you, some of the drama that people create around these handbags is enough to take your joy away regardless of the prices.
Yeah.
So
that's for sure.
There's that. Yeah, it is like a hamster wheel. It really is. I mean, it just feels like I never really got into the buy, 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 show it on my channel, sell, sell, sell. But there are a lot of people that do, and it's just kind of like a circus that you're never going to close down if you get into that. But it's hard not to get exposed when you have a channel to things that you may not have seen before.
Yes.
So that's where you get the ideas spinning, or, you know, maybe there was a brand that you weren't that crazy about. And especially if it's somebody that you know and that you trust that gets it. You know, if one of my friends gets a bag from a brand that I'm not really that interested in.
Right. And you trust their opinion of bags.
Right.
So, I mean, that's even worse because there's a lot of ladies and gentlemen on here whose opinions of bags I trust.
Right. Right. Exactly. So it's just really, it's hard to resist. Like, for instance, I really want a Floron bag because Jane has a couple of them, and I know what Jane's taste is. I know the quality that she expects. And if she says that this is a fantastic bag and that the leather is really nice and the style is really nice, it's comfortable, like, that makes me want it. Now, if it was somebody that I didn't know that well, I probably wouldn't feel the same way. You know, if it was the first video of somebody that I ever saw and they're saying, oh, well, you know, I bought this and I really like it, I put it in the back of my mind and I'd say, yeah, maybe, you know, I have to see what more I can find about it. But if she says that this is just fantastic, it would really make me more inclined to want to get that bag. So.
Yep. I started buying Dooney again when Dawn said it wasn't heavy as it used to be.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that some pieces are a lot lighter now. And they have different leathers that I didn't know about.
I didn't either because I've always loved the all-weather leather.
That's all I knew. For many years, that's all I knew.
And that's one that I could tell you it's like a tank. I mean, it's good that it's a tank, but for somebody that can't carry a heavy bag, that leather is just too heavy for me. I always like the look of those bags. There's something about them that I always thought was just so preppy, was just
total preppy.
Yeah,
total preppy.
Totally. And I love that look. I just
for sure.
What's that?
You said totally. So I said, for sure.
For sure. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. They're just so nice looking. And for me, I've always said, in my mind, what was always an old money look is an LL Bean barn jacket and a Dooney and Burke bag.
Oh yeah,
Because
definitely,
that's total
definitely.
New England old money. I mean, it really is.
I mean, there's like the ultra rich that live in the cities and all that, but I mean, a lot of truly wealthy people live on a lot of land in the country and dress
Right.
completely differently.
Right.
Same goes, in Europe.
And they're not flashy. Thank you, Melissa. Yeah.
Hi, Jen.
A
Go
lot of the,
girl.
hey, Jen, a lot of the ultra wealthy people don't flash and flaunt. They like things that are much more understated, that are more utilitarian, and are more well made. That's their main concern, not expensive and not, put it this way, not judging
Longevity,
by the price.
something that lasts a very, very,
Correct.
very long time
Correct.
and can be repaired.
Right.
I mean,
Right.
that's something that's one of my non-negotiables. Something that can be repaired.
Yeah.
Which is why I'm not buying any more canvas.
I'm okay with canvas, but I'm not going to spend a lot of money.
I'm talking about Louis canvas. I'm not talking about some of the nicer stuff like the Coach canvas bags, the Marc Jacob canvas bags.
Right.
That's different. But Louis Vuitton canvas can't be repaired unless you use like a leather. It looks like crap when it's repaired. It's not something that can be repaired. So I'm done.
As far as in if there's a rip in the canvas, yeah, you're right. Absolutely, that's just done. So you do have to look towards something else. If there's anything that happens, it gets whole, it gets scratched, it's pretty much done. So yeah,
Tracy, yeah, I wish there was a more accessible way to buy Dooney there. It's a shame that they don't have any Dooney stores up there that are, do they not have Dooney stores that'll ship up there? Seems like they should.
I don't know. I'm sure the cost is probably high.
I don't know if they even have any stores there. That's something I don't know. So if anybody knows, please let us know in the chat. Where are our Dooney experts? Like that with a spoon. That's totally tubular.
Totally.
And then she adds, not.
Yeah. Yeah, the tariffs are just terrible. It's really making things difficult, for our goods that are, from an American company, even if they're not made here anymore. It cuts.
Remember, I just going to be rude and interrupt you. Remember Ferris Bueller's Day Off?
Yep.
Where the teacher is standing there droning on.
Yes.
What is he talking about?
He's talking about the tariffs.
The tariffs. And did it work? Anyone?
Bueller?
Anyone? It did not work.
Yeah,
and it pushed America further into the Great Depression.
Right.
I mean, even if you don't know history, you could have learned it in Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
Ferris Bueller. Yep. So, I mean, it's really just done zero for anyone. So.
Okay, so I know that Dooney is sold at Dillard's, isn't it?
Yes.
Macy's just has garbage bags now, don't they?
They do.
Yeah.
They do. I don't think that they carry anything better than Coach. And I don't think that they carry that much Coach. Dillard's has a very good variety.
Yeah. Yeah, I've never shopped at Macy's. I'm a Dillard's girl. So I'm like Jen. I'm like Jen, not Jackie.
Dillard's is actually owned by Federated, which has Macy's. So it's basically the same company.
Yeah, but when I go to the store,
yeah,
I want stuff in the store to buy.
Exactly. But Dillard's is more populous in the southern states than it is in the north. We don't have any up here. And I saw Rachel say that she doesn't have one. She has Macy's. So yeah, it's a North versus South thing. But Macy's
Oh,
has been in and out of bankruptcy for forever.
that makes sense by the experience I have when I go there.
Yeah.
It's just
Macy's
like
used to be
JC.
so nice. It's like Kmart now.
Oh yeah, definitely, definitely. So Sears, which is a shame. Yeah,
Sears isn't around anymore. Are
it
there
isn't.
still Sears? No, they closed long.
I think there. Well, there was some. There was one over in Daytona. Steph says it'd be nice if all countries just dropped the tariffs and let us shop in peace.
Right.
Yeah, it would be. It would be, but we're not the Epstein. I mean, we're not the rich class, so we don't get to make the rules. We just got to
No.
vote them out. We got to vote them out. Um. Yeah. Do I have any more notes over here?
Hey, Lori.
Mini collectors choose just one bag instead of many. I might do that in the future. When I'm tired of trading bags, it'll be time to buy that one bag. But even so, I could never justify the price of a Birkin.
I can't
It,
either.
it, it doesn't equate in my head. I think that's because that's what I paid for my first Honda.
Right.
It's
It's hard to justify it. And I'll be honest, I mean, I've never been interested. I don't like that style bag for me. It just doesn't work.
oh, I do. That's why I have so many of the Reed
The reeds, yeah.
Atlantics. But yeah, that's probably what I'm gonna do when you know,
I mean, I don't want to yuck anybody's
yeah.
yum. Eva's bag is just absolutely beautiful. She got a Birkin, but it's just not something that's for me. They're heavy. They're a little bit cumbersome. I'd rather have a Bullied.
Now, Winnie, Belk and Bells here in the South, that's the 60 and older stores. That's where I'm going to start shopping for clothes.
Now, I know that there's a store called the Bonton, and I want to say like some of our outlying counties, kind of where we start to get into, God forgive me for saying it, hillbilly turf, like
Woo!
going up toward the Pocono areas and
Yeah.
areas like that, like really out of the Philly area. They have the Bonton, and I think the Bonton is really like a very sad excuse for a department store.
Yeah.
But I've never been in it. I think I've looked at their website before and I've seen the outside of a Bonton and it just looks sad. I mean, I just can't.
Oh, yes, it does.
It looks like a bummer to be in
Yeah.
there. I just can't do it. I mean, there's places I can't go, guys. I just can't go. That's one of
Yeah.
them.
We still have Sears here in Florida, so yeah, maybe
Wow.
not everywhere. But anyway, there's also the only Macy's that I go to is the one in Miami, and it's 3 stories, and I go to the 3rd floor to the discount attic and go straight to the Ralph Lauren section.
Yeah. You got to know where to go. Oh, we have
Mm-hmm.
Boscov's, and Boscov's carries Dooney and Burke. Sometimes it's at a really good price, and sometimes no. It's really all according. They sometimes get closeout bags from other places, so you can walk in and you can get a really good deal, or you can get like just whatever full ticket, whatever they're selling it for.
Oh, I think that Eva, you're talking about an Hermes Birkin,
The
right? Or
Birkin,
Kelly.
yes.
I know it's blue, and I can't. Her bags are now flashing through my head. I
Yeah.
can't keep everybody's bags straight. I'm not Jackie, who's an encyclopedia of everybody's bags.
Okay, Craig, I'm going to tell you how they stay afloat, J.C. Penney's.
It's
JC
a front.
Penney's.
It's a front for drugs. Just kidding. Don't sue me.
No. JC Penney's doesn't function like other department stores. At least my understanding, and this is going back some years, I don't know if it changed, but for many, many years, each Penny's location had a different buyer. So there would be vastly different merchandise from one Penny's versus
Yep.
another.
There
And
used to be vastly different merchandise in a lot of different places because we used to hunt in the
yes,
80s. Yeah.
yeah. But Penny's continued that. They were one of the only stores where their buyer didn't buy for pennies. Their buyers bought for pennies in Cherry Hill, New Jersey, for instance.
Right.
And just for that location. Last minute funeral outfits, yeah.
Took a wrong
Always
took a wrong turn and
outfits.
decided to commit. Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah,
I
you're right
adore
about
Steph's
that,
sense of
Steph.
humor. She's always got something funny to say.
But I
It's
mean,
funny.
I have to say, the Pennies that I used to go to had one of the best furniture departments in any department store that I had been to. They carried all Bassett's and Broyhill furniture. Everything that they had there was really beautiful. Other big name, well made pieces, and even their clothes were really beautiful. But that was an isolated location, and that was a long time ago. But now, oh, it's like your grandmother's hanky drawer. It's just so bad.
There were some, I can't remember who. I think the name was Kate or Kathy something. That's a Craig just cracked me up. And I went into JC Penney's because they carried this golf shirt. And it's true. I was the only person in there. So
uh,
the buyer is old Eunice, looks like the lady in Beetlejuice, the heavy smoker.
you know, when I look through the Belk website, there's some nice things on there, but there's also a really seems like they're catering to a more elderly clientele for the most part.
What's that? Which one?
Madden, I
Belk?
do
Oh, Belk and
at Belk.
Bells are for older people.
Yeah,
They carry all those crazy bathing suits down here. They carry beachwear that includes, they carry pedal pushers and
yeah,
skirts
yeah,
and comfortable loafers.
yeah. Hey, I can't cut up comfortable loafers, that's for sure.
Jen says, who remembers Chris Madden at JCPenney's?
Yeah.
Oh, my husband wears a 4X undershirt, and that's about the only place I can reliably find it. Wow.
You're not that elderly, Winnie. Not their core customer elderly. It's like Chico's. I've been in a Chico's a couple of times, and I've maybe found one or two items that look like maybe I will wear them, but for the rest of their selection, it's a no-go for me.
Yes, we're Gen
Yeah, we
X,
are, Craig.
and we are older people now.
We are. Yeah, Steinmart. Steinmart did have
Yeah, they had good stuff.
good stuff. Yeah. Steinmart, you could find
Yeah.
a lot of really good things in there. The other place, if anybody remembers Loman's had beautiful, beautiful things, but they were a high-end
Lomans.
discount outlet.
Yeah. Lomans is where you take your money from your job that you had after school and go buy your Seiko watch and your
Yeah.
diamond earrings and your gold necklaces. And remember the charm keeper necklaces?
Yes.
And you would collect 14 karat gold charms. That's what we
Yes.
did. And
We
now
did.
nobody can afford them.
Yeah, it's crazy. Absolutely crazy. But Loman's also had a lot of luxury shoes and bags as well
They
as
did.
clothes. So you used to go in there, you never knew what you were going to find in Loman's. And the Neiman Marcus outlet, the last call Neiman Marcus. I had one 10 minutes from me, and I used to lurk that store. I used to get pieces that would just blow your mind. many of which I still have. Chanel jewelry. Well, the shoes I don't have anymore. Coats. I mean, it was just it was just fabulous. It was a treasure hunt.
Oh, I loved Loehmann's. I was a cashier at the Winn-Dixie, like in the 11th grade, and Loehmann's was right next door.
Oh
So
wow.
I would either go there before or after work.
Yeah, it was really cool. Yeah, Lord and
Wow,
Taylor was
that's
pretty good.
really nostalgic.
I closed down, let's see, where currently there's nothing. I guess they're going to make it into condos. And I did not go to that going out of business sale, but I closed John Wanamaker's, Hess, and Lord and Taylor. Went to clearance sales for all three every time that location changed hands. It was literally the last and maybe the only high-end department store in Philly,
Wow.
and they didn't even carry a lot of the real high-end brands. You'd get like maybe Ann Taylor or Ellen Tracy or, you know, a nice Casio watch. Yes.
I know an anesthesiologist who collects the Casio calculator watch because he wears one every
Oh
day.
yeah, they're good watches though. They hold up.
Mm-hmm. I love Lord and Taylor.
I
Oh,
love
yeah.
Lord and Taylor too. They were fabulous. I used to go to the one in Quaker Bridge Mall. That was my closest Lord and Taylor, where there was ample parking. And there was the Lord and Taylor, Macy's, which Macy's is still open, but I used to love. Yes, Winnie Mannequin was filmed at John Wanamaker's. And my friend Mark ran into Andrew McCarthy while he was within like maybe at arm's length or so of Andrew McCarthy, who was being a real biatch during the break of the filming of Mannequin, ordering his assistant to get him a Perrier Pronto. But he did
He
wind up
was thirsty.
signing an autograph. He was thirsty and he was pouting like a little bitch. But yeah.
There was probably a reason. Tracy, I wasn't into Casio watches until I got a calculator one. And suddenly I was excelling in math for some mysterious reason. Yeah,
I'll
around
tell you a
seventh.
true story.
Those
I
came out
passed-
around 7th grade for me.
I passed my geometry final when I was a sophomore in high school by writing crib notes on the sides of my pencil. I had all the theorems written there so that if I needed to find something, I'd be able to get it. Oh my God, the Andrew McCarthy eyes like this.
Oh,
Wait, I
yeah.
have to take my glasses off.
And then he opens them real wide
That's it.
and looks down. Good night, Craig.
Yeah, he really he really had the Andrew McCarthy eye disease. He
Yeah.
could do a master class. You're absolutely right. Yeah, that was a hex, Jen. I closed that down too. That was such a madhouse when that store closed. First of all, there was a blind woman that I worked with. Yes, a blind woman that worked for social services department. She and her seeing eye dog were at Hex when Hex closed down. And I think he was woofing at the clothes that he thought would look good on his mistress.
Really?
Yeah. Funny because she was shopping her ass off. Also, I did scavenge some things that fell off the rack and had been trodden on the floor because people were just rifling through and just kind of tossing things left and right. So yeah, I did a number in there, and 70% off. My bag was full.
Oh, yeah.
Good night, Craig.
Oh, that was fun. We used to have warehouses of jeans here in Florida.
Oh wow.
Jordache, New York. What are those other ones? What other ones begin with an S?
Sassoon.
Ooh, la la.
Sergio.
Sassoon. Yeah, it was
Sergio
Sassoon.
Wednesday.
Yeah, Gloria Vanderbilt,
Yeah.
Levi's, all the ones that were popular, and they were
Chick
like,
jeans. I love chick jeans. Chick jeans fit
they're
me
like,
great. And Guess.
yeah, 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 yeah. I never had Guess. I thought Guess, the Guess caused, well, maybe only some of them, but they appeared to cause camel toe.
Really? They fit me great. They were my favorites.
Well, maybe it was just remember the painter's pants that came out that Guess made? Maybe it was just the painter's pants.
Maybe.
Remember when painter's pants got all popular?
Yeah. I just have regular normal jeans from Guess. And Gloria Vanderbilt. I love Gloria Vanderbilt when Gloria Vanderbilt, was a big name. And I had velvet Gloria Vanderbilt pieces, jeans, and they were just stunning. Not corduroy, but velvet. They were
I love
stunning.
Jordache. Jordache
Yes, I
jeans.
like Jordache too. Jordache fit great. So yeah, I had the Guess jacket too from Back to the Future. Marty McFly's jacket.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I had that jacket. I love that jacket. I wore it all through college too. Yeah, Michael's jacket handwriting. Yes. Yes. Yep. And how else were you going to do it? I mean, you had to. I hated math with a passion. I always did very well in English. And I just never really was interested
Jordache.
at all in
Or
math.
Guess. What was
So
which one? Which one did Brooke Shields make popular as Jordache?
Calvin Klein.
Calvin Klein. That's right. Yep, because she was on the billboard in Times Square.
No one comes between me and my Calvins.
Me and my Calvins.
Yep. Yeah, so I went through school with all A's in English and social studies and history and whatever. And math, I was just like lucky if I passed. So yes, there was a little bit of assistance to be done.
Oh my God, Boone's Farm.
Boone's Farm. What the heck is Boone's Farm?
Oh, it's a wine.
Oh, like Thunderbird.
Yeah. Do they still sell Boone's Farm? Benetton. I wish I had my yearbooks in here. That's how everybody posed for the opening flap and the closing flap of one of my yearbooks.
Oh, how
and they're
cool.
all dressed like that. It's all a Benetton pose.
Catholic school, we had uniforms, so that won't work. But I wore a lot of Benetton, and Esprit was my favorite. Late 80s. Well, from 85 on, that was pretty much what I exclusively bought. The Limited, Esprit, Benetton. There was one other brand that I really liked.
Benetton clothes and Swatch watches all up your arm.
Yes, yes. Please tell me what the multiple watches were about.
I don't know. I don't know. And they didn't cost that much though, but they cost enough. They were like, what, $35 for a swatch?
Yes, but the thing is, you never had just one. The basic swatch was $35, but they did go up. So
okay. Yeah. I don't remember them being very expensive.
No. And then the swatch guard. You had to have the colored swatch
guard. You had to get two swatch guards.
Yes.
So there'd be two different colors and then twist them.
Right.
And put them across the screen. Yeah.
Go over your face. Yes.
Yeah. I had
that was the other brand that I liked.
I know I had one with a red strap, but my favorite was my turquoise and pink swatch.
Oh, gorgeous. I had a couple with the skeleton face, and I love the skeleton face. Anyway, we should get on with the games and whatnot because it's getting really late. Oh, yeah.
We are not doing games tonight.
We're not doing games? Okay.
No. Everybody's getting entered and
awesome.
Not doing games because we're at 1 hour and 15 minutes and I got to go put my birds away.
Yes, you do. And I have to get ready for work and I'm really, really tired. So, guys, if you have any other comments or think of anything that goes with this conversation, put them down in the comment section when this video goes to post. And let us know if you have a topic that you want to bring up for another episode.
And you know why I made this outline and brought this topic up is because I have now watched 3 Luxury is Dead, or I've been priced out of luxury by people that you would not expect, to say that.
Exactly.
But it's true. I mean, it's not about, frankly, we could probably all afford any bag that we want.
Right.
It's just a matter of,
do you want
priorities?
It? Right.
I mean,
is this a priority? Do we need it right now?
No.
That's it.
Well, bye, Dawn.
Bye.
Bye,
Guys.
Tony. Thanks for your entertainment, Tony.
Tony, I think.
Come on in, find a seat, bring your favorite bag. We've got totes and crossbodies, glitter leather shag. From planners full of dreams to wallets small and sweet. In the Handbag Hideaway, everyone's got a seat. 'Cause we're one big bag, loving family. Luxury, high street, free loved harmony. We zip, we snap, we share the joy we see. In the Handbag Hideaway, where you belong with Jolee and Dawn. You see,
no drama here.